What's up, guys? Excited to be back again, doing some more Let's Plays. Ultimately, my goal for this channel is to have 2 videos coming out every day. One being a lifestyle video or something about e-commerce or dropshipping or some interview or conversation video with another individual, and then the other video being a Let's Play of some kind related to video games. Because for me, ultimately, my lifelong ambition is to make video games. I want to make an MMO. And I really want to be streaming so that I have like reputation and experience. It's just, honestly, streaming just makes playing games so much more fun because it adds the people element. And I usually don't play multiplayer games, so normally my gaming lacks the people element, which adds problems. So, here we are, and I've been playing Monster Hunter World, and it's really awesome. I didn't play too many of the other Monster Hunter games, and this is like the 5th one or something. But what we're going to do is just run around and explore, and I'm going to fight every monster that I find. These are going to really vary in strength. This is an Odogaron, something like, whoa, what? Why do you run? Oh, okay, oh, I guess that's the one we're actually fighting. That's a Deviljo, and they're intense, like really intense. I always get a little bit scared with these guys. Alright, so this game, it's kind of like Dark Souls. The combat is very similar. You can get a Dark Souls-esque experience out of this game if you play it single player. It's normally meant to be played on teams of 3 or 4 people, so playing single player just makes the combat much harder. Oh, look at that, there's a 3rd monster there. And I'm playing right now with the UI turned off just because then you guys can see more of the combat and everything and it looks cool. But I have to kind of like guess what my health bar is and all that kind of stuff. But what I really like about this game, it's the first game that I've experienced like epic monsters fighting each other. Like, I've fought epic monsters, but like the routine regularity where you're fighting one monster and then another monster comes in and is just like, yo, I'm gonna screw your shit up. It's just really admirable. I really enjoy it. Oh gosh, this is an expansion monster. Oh crap. Yeah, so now I should probably heal because I'm gonna die soon. Oh no. Oh, there you go. At least I was properly able to predict it. I'm happy with that. I've been thinking more about what kind of videos I want to make, because I gotta make a lot of these videos, and honestly, I'm already in the habit of making daily content with conversations and that kind of stuff, so I'm not too worried about these videos, because it's way easier to play a video game for 20 minutes than it is to, like, think of a conversation and have that, and, you know, they're just way more energy. So doing these video game videos should be pretty easy. And I've done the harder thing first, which is get in the habit of doing the other daily videos, right? So it should be fine. But it genuinely bothers me that I'm not publishing any video game stuff right now. And my goal really is to be publishing one of these per day and another. And I'll explain why I'm doing these videos on this channel, although people are still going to have a problem with the fact that I'm doing video game content, and a lot of my content is about dropshipping, but that's just how it is, guys. Like, I want this to be a reflection of my personal life and my interests and my happiness and hobbies and emotions and the things that I go through and my travels. Like, YouTube is like a religion, a lifestyle for me. I'm not just trying to make money on YouTube. It's not that simple. I want to be happy. I want to live amazing, good, fulfilling life. And I think that, for me, YouTube plays a huge role in that. Oh, I messed it up. What am I even chasing? Okay. Well, I guess we can pick. Do we want to fight the Deviljo, the Beaselguese, or the Odogaron? Let's start with Odogaron, because that's actually, like, something easier. What's this? Carrier ant cage? Huh, cool. There's tons of monsters in this game. Tons and tons. And I've actually put like 180 hours into it, something like that. Which is a lot. I don't normally play games that much. At least that consistently. But I've been playing this pretty consistently. I actually have the PS4 here now. I'm in Wheeling, whereas normally it's in Reston. But I basically loaned it from my friend. We're gonna fight this guy because he's here. This is a Beaselguese. So these are really cool because they're like bomber planes. Like, here, he'll go up in the air at some point. His scales fall off and then they explode like bombs. Yeah, there you go, see? Kinda cool. What's really important to fighting these guys is having flash pods. Basically, half of the monsters are way easier if you make flash pods. Flash pods are these, like, you can think of them as flashbangs, but they're super useful. It's also very useful that you can craft in combat. I dig that. Good feature. This guy looks scary, but he's actually not that bad just because his weak spots are so big. Like, you can hit him on the tail or the head, and just, like, it's crazy. I'm gonna need to heal now. Basically, whenever you don't have the UI, if you take one hit, you have to assume that you're gonna die on the next hit. And usually you can get surprisingly used to it, right? It seems kind of counterintuitive not having health bars and that kind of thing in a video game, but what's interesting about health bars is that they shouldn't actually need to exist. Like you should know that you're in trouble or not in trouble intuitively because you have that connection with the character in the game, right? And like you can get to that point in this game. Like I've learned based on my armor and based on previous experience, like I can take a hit or two, but I can't take 3 hits. So if I take 2 hits, I know the 3rd hit will kill me, even though there's no health bar, right? And obviously that's not always true, but you do find that you can almost always predict right before you die, right? So you know that you're about to die, even though there's no health bar. And really, that's how games should be. Like, if you can play a game without the UI, that's a sign that it's a good game. Like, I'm not saying that it should be easy to play the game without the UI. What I'm saying is that if you can get to a point where you enjoy playing the game without UI and it feels intuitive, then that's a sign that the game is done quite well, right? This is the first game that I've really felt like that with, because I experiment with getting rid of the UI a lot, but it's often so important. Dark Souls strategy works really well against monsters in this game, and the basic premise of that is there's 2 things you want to keep in mind. One is that enemies are trying to scare you. That's how they're designed. They're designed to prey on your uncertainties and your fears and make you make reckless, erratic decisions, right? I'm not talking about life decisions. I'm just saying, like dodging or trying to get a combo in when you shouldn't. Like right then, right? Like I tried to jump and attack when I probably should have just dodged and moved. But I'm also talking constantly, and anytime you have a stream of narration, it's like you cannot perform as well. You know, you have to stop and think to do some of the more challenging parts. But I'm really learning so much about combat and what I personally enjoy in video games. And what I'm finding is that, like, if a game has really solid combat, I'm probably going to enjoy it, because I really like it when I feel like I can get good at something by practicing it over and over again and doing it and seeing, like, progress, right? And with turn-based games in particular, I just have a hard time feeling that way. Whereas games like this, it's so based on like how you place yourself and learning to move around efficiently and dodge your enemy's attacks, and like it's just so fun. I really love it. And for me, when I develop my own video games, it's something I want to keep in mind, is this emphasis on enjoyable combat. Ooh, that was close. Okay, so I want to show you guys what a flashbang is, because these are really useful. And I haven't used them at all right now, but that's kind of sad. So you can like basically blind someone, right? I just missed, so I got to place it like right there. See? Now he's like disoriented. And I can like bash him and stuff. Most of the monsters are still going to attack, but they're not going to be able to see you really. They know you're there, obviously, but they don't know exactly where you are. I hate it when I miss that combo. Oh gosh. The last hit of that combo, right here, does most of the damage. It does like 400 damage when like a regular hit is like 100, right? Oh, that's the double noise. We're gonna get out of the way. Drink this. Try to get on top of him. Yeah! I don't know what happens if... Oh, wow, everything's here. Oof. Look at that. Deviljo fighting an Odogaron. Fighting a Beaselguese? Jeez. Absolutely insane. I just want to kill one of them. Like, I could try and kill him. I probably could. We'll see. It depends. I definitely find that this is a game that I perform much better on sometimes than others. Like, way better on sometimes. Oh, Deviljo is going to eat him. This weird clipping animation happens when the Deviljo is picking up the monster. It's like, look, it just put it in its mouth. Now it's screwing everybody up. Hey, no. And if he attacks you when he's got a monster like that, it's usually like almost one hit kill. Almost always. Right. Got me. Oh, yikes. See, I was silly and I didn't like get any potions, which was really silly. And again, we can use these flash things here. Take care of him that way. That makes him drop his big guy there. And that makes him flail from down here. With all monsters, just like in Dark Souls, you want to focus on getting behind them and as close to them as possible. Whenever you're as close as possible, it allows you to easily dodge most of their attacks, because almost all monsters have... See, you saw that? They have this turning radius, where he just tried to attack me twice, but because I'm in the middle of his turning radius, it barely clips me, right? So those were 4 attacks, and the last 2 of them landed, but we can dodge the attacks, like that, right? But, yeah, the Deviljo's hard. He's the monster I have the most trouble with, to the point where I killed him a couple times and then advanced further in the story. And the harder monsters, I feel like are easier than the Deviljo. But the Deviljo was added as an expansion. So I guess that could be why it's so difficult. And honestly, I'm not even sure why it's that difficult. It definitely is. Maybe it's just really, it's really aggressive. It's hard to, most of its body is up out of the air because it only has 2 legs. Like the Anjanath is like that, but it's really easy to hit the Anjanath's head. Because there's a couple monsters that are like formed in that kind of T-Rex style, right? We'll see. Odogaron. You wanna go, Odo? You wanna go? Ooh. Ow. Okay, so I took 1 hit, right? But I'm not bleeding. So I can take 1 more hit probably without dying, and then I have to heal. Unless I'm bleeding or poisoned or something, then it's really easy to lose track and think that I have 2 hits, but I don't, right? Whew. Okay, I'm gonna try and be quiet and just focus on fighting this properly, because I keep focusing on stream of narration, and then that uses up all my life. And that's what we do. Okay. Run. Sometimes when you're fighting 2 monsters, you gotta give up on fighting a specific one, and you just wait for a monster to be vulnerable, and then you attack it. Because they're going to hurt each other. And then they're also going to try and hurt you. Right now, the sword I'm using is super strong against this guy. Beaselguese. Which is useful. That's super useful. Because his head is so big. Like, yeah, the frickin' bombs are scary, but he's a big target. You flying away? No. So when they're in the air like that, they're actually really vulnerable. You can hit him with a flash pod, and then just take him like completely down. And then you get tons of time to attack them. Fortunately, he's not in the air anymore. One of the mistakes I used to make when I was playing this game is that I would always try and get combos. So I'll show you a combo in a second. Now I attack once, and then I like roll and then sheathe, right? That gives me a lot of flexibility when fighting like tougher monsters. You can get in your damage and then run around. However, if you do the combo, which is 1, and then 2, and then this hit here, that last swing there does like 400 damage. So it does like 4 times as much damage as the regular attacks. Super, super useful. Ah, okay. Yeah, I had a feeling I was gonna die there. Again, I got it back into talking. It's hard to stream and not talk, but sometimes I have to remember that I'm doing that on purpose, right? Okay, so let's look at the inventory real quick. I have flashbangs. I have tranq bombs. Okay, I need to catch the Odogaron. Yeah, it's dying, so I can go catch it right now. We're gonna go take care of that guy. You can kill monsters in this game, or you can capture them. And it's actually way better to capture them, which is kind of cool. Speaks to some ethics a little bit, right? The reason it's better to capture them is because, 1, you don't have to fight them as long, because you don't have to kill them, right? So you don't have to take as much of their health away. And also, you get more rewards. And honestly, that's the main one. Like, more rewards is dope. There we go. Now we just do 2 of these. 1 and 2. Oh, we captured him. Cool. I'm just gonna loot some of these. So next, well, the Deviljo's leaving the location soon. So I'm gonna give up trying to find, or trying to kill the Deviljo. We're gonna kill the Beaselguese, which is that big bombing one that we just saw. And then after killing the Beaselguese, I'll end this video. The first couple of these are going to be pretty experimental. I'm going to get in the flow of things and then have more, like, systematic content. I don't know if I'm going to be doing tutorials about Monster Hunter World or how I'm going to be doing it, but I'm going to be making some kind of content based on this game. And definitely doing some kind of tutorials in the future. Right now I'm just doing some, like, basic Let's Plays, trying to keep them around, like, 20 or 30 minutes each. But we'll see. I am open to ideas. If any of you listening think of anything. Yeah. I don't care about the Deviljo. Normally I try and fight him because he's actually the one thing I want to kill right now. Because I have a sword I want to upgrade, and I need 1 gem from him. That's like really irritating me. But another day. Whoa, okay, here we go. We gotta wait. There we go. Oh, that was a second too late. That sucks. You have to do the flash when they're actually looking at you. I guess that makes sense, but ideally when they're in the air. This monster has tons of time where it's in the air. Some of the monsters only have like finite numbers. Ooh, it's gonna leave the location soon. That's not good. We don't want it to leave. No, I'm making the typical mistake, which is trying to keep doing a combo when your window is passed. It's really good to just get in the habit, at least with the longsword. I don't know about other weapons. It's it's really good to get in the habit of, wow, one attack, and then sheath your weapon, go away. I might be too late now. I'm not sure. Well, we'll see. I'm not fighting the Deviljo, so I don't need to worry too much about my health. Every time you die, you lose the boosts that you had, and the boosts essentially, like, food boosts pretty much double your health. So, boosts are pretty awesome. Like, very much so. But this monster I'm pretty well equipped to fight. I have a lot of experience fighting them, and the weapons that I use now are kind of like ideal for fighting them. I do way more damage now than I did when I originally fought the Beaselguese. I was scared of this monster for a long time, just because it sounded like freaking scary. Oh! Dang. I saw that. Oh, right under the balloon. Look at that. I'm dying a lot. I don't normally die this much, but I haven't been practicing streaming this game. I've just been playing it. And it's gonna take me a while to find the balance of talking and playing, because when you're doing combat in a game like this and it's really challenging, then you learn a lot about your like state of mind and when you're rushing too much. And when I'm talking, I'm way more prone to just rushing and not really thinking and doing like the wrong patterns, that kind of thing. There we go. So we got him to fall out of the sky. Oh, these can blow up soon. Uh-oh. Maybe... Uh-oh. Ah. Boom, boom, boom. Jeez. I want some health, man. Oh. Oh, look at this. Don't leave. Don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. Oh no, is he leaving? Crap. Oh, he's not yet. Okay, good. We got lucky. Ooh, and I can land on it. Ah! Sneaky devil. Sneaky. Yeah, there we go. This is another great assistant to taking down larger monsters. Just jumping on top of them. There's two things that you can do. You can move around to their different points, which is usually the tail, where I'm at now, the head, or the main body, the back, and then the head. And you can consistently damage the monster while you're up here. And then eventually, if you damage it enough, this happens. You can attack the monster, charge attack, do a bunch of damage, and then after that, the monster's going to fall on the floor, and it's going to be vulnerable to attacks until it gets back up. So, jumping on enemies is a really fantastic way. Oh, jeez, to get some additional damage out on them. And I have a feeling I'm not actually going to be able to kill this with you guys. I think it's going to run away. Yeah, I got to damage it more, but it's about to leave the location, so we'll see. Whew. Yeah, look at that. It's just falling. Oh, it's so cool that the monsters, like, they're always hardest at the very beginning. But then as you damage them more, they start stumbling, they start being weaker. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, where is he? I gotta time this right. Did that work? No. Where'd he go? Crap. He's gonna fly away. I'm gonna... Gah! Yeah, so I'm in expedition mode. So monsters just... It's basically freeform. Like, monsters just keep coming out, right? If I waited around, there'd probably be another one, but I think that's good for this video. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Ciao.